Some bad news for Israel here. The EU's newly appointed foreign affairs chief says she will pursue the creation of a Palestinian state. Federica Mogherini said that she'd be happy if by the end of her term, that's 5 years, a Palestinian state was to exist. What a twist, given that only 8 out of 28 EU states recognize Palestine. Sweden was the latest to do so. Israel said it took it as a personal attack. Well, joining me in the Now tonight is Dr. Mordechai Kedar, Director of Center for Mideast and Islam Studies at Bar-Ilan University. Thanks for being with us. Sweden's decision, Mogherini's comments, why the sudden change in sentiment among the European attitude, and what do you make of it?
Well, I think that no state in the world, neither Sweden, nor the European Union, or the United States, or even Russia, can prevent a situation when a future Palestinian state will turn into a Hamastan, just like what happened, after the elections of the 2006, when Hamas won the majority of the seats of the Legislative Council in the Palestinian Authority, and Hamas, of course, took Gaza by force in June 2007. So who can prevent if this thing will happen in the West Bank if, God forbid, there will be a Palestinian state? Will Sweden do anything about this, or the European Union will get stuck with another terrorist state? This is why all those Europeans are thinking like Europeans. They don't understand the Middle East. This region is a failure only because Europe created failing states like Syria, Iraq, Libya, Yemen, and Sudan. The only solution can be here a Palestinian Emirates, Emirates in the cities, while Israel should remain in the rural areas in order to prevent another Hamastan in the West Bank. But unfortunately,
Dr. Kedar,
the Europeans and the Americans, and maybe the Russians as well, do not understand the nature of the Middle East.
The two-state solution, though, is something that most of the international community sees as the only way out of this situation.
No. Another Palestinian state will be like Syria or Iraq or Libya or Sudan or Yemen, because this is the nature of this region, which we can do anything about this. The only solution which can prevail in this region is the Emirate paradigm, just like what we see in the Gulf, Kuwait, Qatar, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. This is the only thing which, when you take a tribe and you build a state on a tribe, even if it's a small state, yet so this is the only
you are saying that you believe that a Palestinian state should exist in one way or another. Am I correct?
We should have 8 Palestinian Emirates, not one state, because one state will be a conglomerate of tribes which will end like Syria or like Iraq or Libya or Yemen or Sudan. And this is the problem, because the world thinks from you
propose 8 Emirates states. Would Israel go for something like that? I'm sure not.
The only thing which can work based on the sociology of this region. There is a website, Palestinian Emirates, which you can read, and it is well stated and well explained in this website. I highly encourage all your audience to go to this PalestinianEmirates.com, and it explains the only way how to solve the Israeli-Palestinian problem.
You mentioned the elections back in 2006 when Hamas did come to power. It got 40% of those supported the group. Of course, that's not the whole population. Am I understanding correctly that you're suggesting that if there was a Palestinian state, that it would be a state of terrorists?
Definitely. They have 70% of the seats in the Palestinian Legislative Council.
Yes, but clearly not all Palestinian people are terrorists,
We'll find ourselves. I didn't say that. I didn't say that, but they are governed by a organization like Hamas, as you can see very easily in Gaza. So what? Russia will come here to deal with Hamas if we wake up in one morning wanting to find another...
Controversial statements there. I'm not sure many people would agree with you, of course. Much of the international community pushing, of course, for a two-state solution despite criticism. And
of course, those who do not understand the Middle East wouldn't agree with me.
yes, we got it. Thanks so much
Those who do
for
not
being with
understand
us.
the Middle East would not agree with me. But people have to learn, right? Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.